first, little housekeeping before we start this. Me and Charlotte put our designer brains together. We worked really hard on this flyer to announce that we're going to be doing a Halloween costume contest with treats and rewards. So we did this. No, this is really good.
It took us
well designed.
hours.
I know that.
Yeah, it took us hours.
Hours. We're gonna redesign the whole branding package.
Use AI.
So basically, Halloween is Tuesday, October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
You can do an individual costume, pair, group, whatever you want to do. But we'll give you something if you come dedicated to your costume and have a good costume.
Yes.
Okay?
We could do a pair.
You say we one more time. You're not even in the same zip code.
Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'll put it here in case you forget. Okay. So today, we're not talking about anything super technical, anything about websites, whatever. We're just going to talk about some goal setting, some individual goal setting, and some team goal setting. So a little bit of personal life and then a little bit for your work life. Okay. So this is just a little quote. If you don't know where you're going, you're likely to wind up somewhere else. Crazy, right? Right? Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So even you can keep up with this.
I tell you what.
Okay, so first we're going to talk about some personal goals. So can anyone think of an example of a personal or life goal not related to work?
Working out.
Okay.
Yeah. I set the for September goal.
Yeah.
Working out 2 times a week and I still sit down.
Eating
More.
healthy.
That's a good one.
Always being in a good mood.
That's a good one.
Being in a good mood.
I like that one. My personal goal is to read 10 minutes a day, and I haven't read in a month. But I look at the goal every day. So I'm getting closer to it,
You know what I started reading just a couple weeks ago? And it was because of the show I saw on Disney Plus and all things. So it was there's a show about what the hell is her name now? Anyways, it's about the lady who took care of Anne Frank and her family and shit during the Holocaust.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. So now I'm reading the diary of Anne Frank.
Oh, shit. Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Going back to middle school with that one.
I know.
Refreshing your memory.
I love
it. Cool. So yeah, if we're trying to answer the question, why do we have to create personal goals? I don't have to. I could just do nothing. But there are some benefits. We can take control of our lives, get maximum results out of whatever you're doing, creates laser focus, creates accountability, and gives you some personal motivation. So first things first, can take control of your life. So I know that I definitely related to this. Last year of college, I was literally sleepwalking through life because I was I don't care, just trying to get my degree and get out of here. And so I didn't really care. I was just doing whatever. Oh, go ahead. And so some people may feel this way. And that's because they don't have a direction on where they want to go and what they want to achieve. Like I said, so students graduate and then they're okay, what now? Or people have a midlife crisis and they've been doing the same job for 20 years and they're oh my God, I'm freaking out, So that's what can happen sometimes if you're sleepwalking through life. All of a sudden it'll hit you one day and you're crap. When you don't set goals, you can work hard and not achieve anything. So in reality, you're just fulfilling other goals or others' goals, not yours. So it can be the fast food industry telling you to eat fast food because you're loving it. It can be the consumer goods industry telling you that you need this shampoo with 79% frizz reduction formula because it'll make your life better. It can be a fashion label getting you to buy their clothes because you're going to look way cooler or something like that. So you're just doing what other people want you to do, basically. So what we want to do is break out of autopilot. And when you break out of autopilot, you can start living a life of your conscious creation instead of letting others tell you what to do. And so you're taking charge and you're thinking about what you want for yourself. The next one is creating or getting maximum results. So if you have goals, you're going to be more likely to be successful in whatever those goals are. So think about it, like top performers, like Olympic athletes, other successful people, those people all set goals, like Michael Phelps or like LeBron James. Like, he's corny with it, but like it works, you know? Mm-hmm. And so when you set goals, you have a vision to work towards, and you're not just waiting for things to happen, good things to just happen to you. Also, a really important thing that I learned in volleyball, especially, was like what gets measured gets improved. Like, we had to test our vertical and like see how much we can squat, and it was like so embarrassing because I was like, I don't want to know, and I don't want to like compare myself. But then you get a little competitive, and then like you do it 6 months later, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so much better, you know. So it's kind of important to have that. You can look into the future and. I thought this was interesting. Just thinking like all things are created twice, first in the mind and then in the physical world. And the mental creation happens when you set your goals. And then the physical creation happens when you work on your goals and bring it to life. So without doing that mental creation first, the physical can't happen. And next, we have laser focus. So goals give you focus, and they give you some sort of direction to go towards. So they're important in personal and work goals. So like, for example, let's say you set a goal to achieve 5,000 visitors on a day on your website, even though you have no idea how to make it happen. The very act of setting that goal gives you at least some focal point, instead of just saying like, I want it to do good. Like, what does that mean? So you can study the most popular websites, understand what other websites that people like are doing well, and then you improve your own website making skills to master the same thing. You get feedback from your friends, prioritize, and identify the key action steps to achieve your goals. So just having the goal, even if you're not really sure where to start, just like saying something, putting something down, it's better than nothing. It also creates accountability. So rather than just talking about something, you're now obligated to act. So Charlotte has a board in her room that we sometimes write goals on. And I like jokingly was like, oh, my goal should be like not to be so lazy, because like I'm so lazy. And so I was like, I should like, that's like a joke. But then I was like, actually, I should write that down. And then I went yesterday and worked out for 2 hours, and I was like, wow, that worked so well. Like, I was like, I was like, I don't want to do that. And then it worked. So you're probably like me and you're like, that's stupid, I don't want to do it. But it really does work. So by setting specific targets, you can easily see if you're on track, and if not, what to do about that. It also helps to put other people in that realm, and like I can say like, oh, Charlotte, keep me accountable that I call certain clients back by the end of the day or whatever, and and so she can be like, did you do that? And I'm like, no, I don't want to tell her no, so I have to do it, And also it helps with some personal motivation. You connect with your innermost desires, gives you something worth looking forward to, and you can do what you want to do. So individual goals for your life are really helpful, but also it's important to have some team goals, especially in the workplace. So what are some team or work goals that you guys can think of?
Make money.
I think we're all on the same page with that one. And then, there's like
I would hope
back end goals and then sales team goals. Like, you guys probably have different goals than we do. But you're working together, and then we're all working together to maybe the final goal is make money or whatever,
For the company.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I was saying, you go from individual workers to a good team. We're all working towards the same thing. So you're keeping each other aligned. Helps with planning, motivating, inspiring, and then again, what gets measured gets improved, so you can evaluate and control your performance. So teamwork makes the dream work, basically. So not only should your team be creating goals to help support one another, but each team should be aligning their goals with other teams. So we have separate agendas, but share a common goal. So creating team goals and working together allows team members to better communicate and collaborate, thus creating better results. So like I was saying, so you guys have a goal, we have a goal, but we all have a goal. And so even though you guys are working on something, maybe we're working on something, or, whatever, we're all working together to achieve one goal. And it just helps if everyone's on the same track. And then the other thing is it just motivates and inspires you and other people. You know, you can make it fun. You can get a little competitive if you want. You can make your goals visible, write them down somewhere big where everyone can see them. Something, whatever works for like you and the people you work with. But just to motivate you and inspire you, maybe make it a little fun, and then find some way to enjoy doing that so it doesn't feel like such a task. So now that we have all this information and we know why goals are so good for us, what do we do? So the next thing to do is to put this knowledge to work and make some goals.
I know this one.
Yes. Make some goals using the SMART goal system, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time related. So I have some worksheets for you guys. You can do these whenever or never do them and throw them away. Doesn't really matter to me, but here you go. You can pass them out. Just if in case, if after we talk about this, I just inspired you so much that you want to write your own SMART goal. So I'm going to go over them quickly. SMART goal. First, the S stands for specific. So the more specific your goal is, the more focused your efforts can be, and the more likely you are to exceed. So instead of making your goal improve the click-through rate or my website should be good or something, make it more specific by saying improve click-through rate by 25% or something like that. So when you're more specific, you can measure your progress a little bit better and create some more actionable plans. The M stands for measurable. And so that's kind of the same thing as specific. It just means being able to track your progress towards meeting goals. And you can also create little milestones along the way, 25% done, 50% done, whatever you're working towards. Just so measuring progress makes it a little bit easier to stay motivated rather than like trying to get to this ambiguous goal and you don't know how it's going to look when you get there. So measurable is important. The A stands for attainable. So you don't want to say, if I'm me, I don't want my goal to be, I'm going to be the president of the United States in the next 6 months. Like, it's not going to happen in the next 6 months, So like, or in the next 20 years. But exactly. So, give me a few more years. Give me like 15 more years and then I'll be there. But so I can't say I want to be president of the United States in the next 6 months. So make it attainable, make it something reasonable within means, and within an appropriate time, which is actually, that's the T. So we'll get there in a second. We have to go to R first. This is how you spell. So relevant is the next one. And so it also has to be relevant. I don't want the back end's goal to be eat a donut every single day for breakfast because like that's not relevant to, maybe that'll make us work better, I don't know, but like so that could be a goal, but or something, like it has to be relevant to work or relevant to your life. And so while your team may be motivated to address a lot of issues, make sure that all of your issues are relevant and that you're resolving the most pressing issues first, and that you also have the resources and skills to accomplish the goal. And the last one is time related. So just making sure that you have a clear deadline, not saying like, I'm going to get this done before I die. Like, make sure it's like before the end of this week, before the end of the pay period, something so that you can see when that deadline hits, okay, did I achieve my goal? Did I not achieve my goal? And then reassess from there. So that's it. Basically, last step is to just go out there and do it, guys. So now that you're all goal-making smarties, try making some of your own goals for yourself and for your team. Any questions or comments?
Sales goals.
Sales goals. I like that. Thank you.
The lady's name is Meep, by the way.
Is what?
Meep. Such a weird ass name. That's why I can't remember it. But I can't do it.
Interesting. Meep. That's so funny.
Yeah, side note, yeah. Good job, Campbell.
Thank you. Everyone think about